What does money get us? Money can get us a home, money can get us luxuries. Some say money can give you happiness. But for Moon Knight, it's none of those. Money is just a way for Moon Knight to get weapons and gadgets to further his superhero activities. One of the things I think we love most about Moon Knight is how entertaining he is to read or watch. Moon Knight can be in the craziest of situations, but you always know he's gonna get out of it. How he does that? Well, that's what makes Moon Knight interesting to read. But a lot of the time it can consist of him using anything around him as a weapon to get out of the situation he's got himself in. So I thought today I would make a video discussing the various tools, gadgets and weapons that Moon Knight has used and are in his arsenal through his history. So without further ado, sit down, grab a snack and enjoy hearing the many weapons of Moon Knight. So Moon Knight's most commonly used weapon is his crescent darts, which are these moon-shaped throwing stars almost that he can use in mid-range combat or short-range combat, especially if you use it as a knife. If you've played Marvel Rivals, you'll know how much Moon Knight likes using those, and they take a lot of skill. You know, he doesn't have any abilities that make him easy to use. He's definitely like one of the hardest characters in the game. Another weapon of Moon Knight's main arsenal is his batons, which he uses in close range combat and can throw them at enemies like how Daredevil does. If you've played Marvel Rivals, you know this is his melee attack. And if you've seen the show, Mr. Knight, his Stephen Grant personality uses them as his main weapon of choice. But yeah, this is a very crucial part to his arsenal. He uses it a lot in the comics. Moon Knight has also used a bow staff, and if you've watched the Moon Knight TV show, you might remember the Scarab that was quite an important plot of the show. In the comics, he's used those as darts many times. I'm not sure how they're different to his crescent darts, but they work, you know. As Moon Knight says, random bullshit go. Moon Knight has also used a bowler to disable enemies. I feel bad for the people that he captured with them, but yeah, he's used that. Moon Knight has also used grappling hooks, and many times he uses knuckle dusters, the ones with the spikes on them. And when you see a vigilante like Moon Knight coming towards you with knuckle dusters that have spikes on the end of them, you know that they're not like Spider-Man. In Marvel Rivals, Moon Knight commonly uses his Unk, which is a very effective piece of his kit, which is a very skillful part of his kit. In the comics, Moon Knight has used an Unk before, though it's not as common in recent comics, but he has used it before, and sometimes it's even had powers, or he just uses it to whack people over the head with it. Moon Knight also uses his cape to disorientate enemies, and obviously uses it to glide around. Now, I'm going to talk about the weapons that he doesn't commonly use, but he has used, and they get pretty interesting. And we're going to start off with one that I wouldn't say it's part of his kit, but he's used it many times, that being a baseball bat. I think it's his go-to favourite weapon that isn't actually part of his weapons. Moon Knight one time even used a bat to beat up Hunter's Moon, who is the second Fist of Khonshu, who, not only being the second Fist of Khonshu is enough, he has all the fighting and martial art memories and experience of past Fish of Khonshu, past Fist of Khonshu, and Moon Knight just used a bat. Moon Knight just used a bat and won. Unlike Daredevil or Spider-Man, characters who don't use guns, Moon Knight doesn't use guns because he doesn't need to, nor do the others, but he will have no problem picking up a gun to finish a fight. Moon Knight has also used a Captain America shield, not the same shield, but one made of energy and made specifically to look like Cap's shield by Moon Knight's request. He's also used makeshift Wolverine claws, and he has used web shooters. This is from a comic where Moon Knight also had the personalities of Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Cap, but he hasn't been seen to do that again since that comic. So I don't know if it's been retconned or not, but they were weapons that he used. This is more of a gadget than a weapon, but he has used it as a weapon in the past, and that is his Mooncopter. It's quite self-explanatory what it is, but yeah, Moon Knight has his own helicopter. Which, fun fact, he once crashed into Taskmaster. That is why Taskmaster is still, to this day, scared of Moon Knight. Moon Knight has occasionally also used swords, but it's not a regular part of his kit. Moon Knight has also wielded Mjolnir, and if you're wondering how, it's a comic where Khonshu orders him to take over the world basically, and the Avengers try to stop him, and when Thor goes to stop him, Moon Knight is able to control Mjolnir because Mjolnir is made of moon rock, and Moon Knight, having the powers of the moon god, can control moon objects. He's never done it again, but it happened. Yeah. He has also used a clock tower hand to off somebody. Yeah, not much to say about that one. But by far, Moon Knight's most effective, most used, and trusty weapon he uses is his bare fists. It doesn't matter who he's fighting, he is fine going in without a weapon and just throwing some hands. And before I forget, he has used a building to defeat enemies before, but that building is its own entity, so it's not his weapon, but he has used it to defeat enemies, so he's used it as a weapon before. So now the next time you see this fake comic panel, you know there's some truth to it. If I forgot any weapons, which I'm sure I forgot a couple, there are a lot, please let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.